What they did was worse than what Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light did, in my opinion, because they actually made clothes to transgender our babies. Like, what? That is just, I can't get over that. That's disgusting as hell to me.
Subscribe to this channel. In case you are watching this channel and have not subscribed.
Daily Wire has this report. Target is facing backlash over a designer featured in the company's Pride collection who appears to have created products with satanic imagery. Now,
I haven't heard about this. I've heard about the gay stuff, but
is that anyone who's making Pride, anyone who's making anything related to Pride, the Pride flag and all that, it's all satanic imagery to begin with. But this is, so I think we should say that this is.
I hate saying that, but I mean, if you're a Christian, then it is satanic. I mean, if you read the Bible, it is 100% frowned upon to have sex with another person of your gender. Like, that's why there was a flood, was because there was sodomy filled, Sodom and Gomorrah, or I don't know, something like that. I can't really remember, but I know that it is 100% frowned upon in the Bible. But I hate saying gay people are satanic, because it's like, if they want to be gay, let them be gay. But it kind of, the way that the past 10 years have been moving, it's kind of been proven that it's evil, because the shit's taking over. It's brainwashing kids. It's like doing the worst to our society. And I hate saying that, but it's true.
Explicitly satanic imagery. Scarlett Johnson, an activist from Wisconsin, went viral on Twitter this weekend with a thread explaining why she is done with the retailer. In particular, Johnson took issue with Target listing 3 items on its online store from Ab Pralin, a London-based designer of products that sometimes mix imagery and messages about gender with the macabre. None of the 3 colorful apparel items for sale on the label on Target's website have satanic imagery. The catalog includes a We Belong Everywhere mini messenger bag for $18. Another is a Too Queer for Here tote bag for $18. And a third is a Cure Transphobia Not Trans People sweatshirt for $25. All are listed under Pride Adult Clothing. But Johnson highlighted other products for sale that are shown on the website for this designer, an associated Instagram account with about 25,000 followers. Among them is a skeleton draped in rainbow colors, a Trans Witches for Abortion badge, and a Satan Respects Pronouns t-shirt. Johnson's thread, which has been retweeted thousands of times since it began on Saturday, with many other users criticizing Target and some even calling for a boycott. Others complimented the products and questioned why Johnson had a problem with the designer's work. The product page for the Satan Respects Pronouns shirt talks about how LGBT plus people are so often referred to as being a product of Satan or going against God's will, while making the case that the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple are more accepting of the gay community.
I mean, duh.
Quote, Satanists don't actually believe in Satan. He's merely used as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty.
I've heard that.
That's true. A lot of self-professed Satanists don't believe in Satan, although Satan believes in them. So when
I like, okay, so back to what that whole article was saying about how they were selling this stuff. I don't really, well, I guess since Target's like a family-friendly store, they really shouldn't be selling stuff that's going to tick people off. Like, they should sell unpolitical, unbiased stuff to wear. But then again, I think that companies should be able to sell whatever the hell they want to. My problem is the fact that they're trying to market this shit to kids. So that's my problem, because gay is a sexuality, trans is a gender dysphoria, a mental illness, if you want to call it that. I think that's the same. I think they're the same thing. But those two things have no business in a kids section. They don't even need to be involved in the shit. But with that said, I think that companies, designers and stuff, still should be able to make clothes like that. But Target's dumb for putting that in their store. Like, I don't know why. Well, I don't know, because they sell like devil shirts already, right? Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I've had to have seen at least some graphic tee with like a devil on it, or like some ghosts or goblins, like for sure ghosts and goblins. And then, yeah, they had to sell like devil stuff in Halloween time. So I don't really know. I don't really think Target should be in trouble for the satanic stuff being pushed to adults, but the stuff that they're pushing to kids, that kids are supposed to wear, that their parents are supposed to buy, is encouraging parents to buy the stuff for their kids, to indoctrinate them into a lifestyle that's not normal. That's my problem with this shit. And I don't know if y'all saw, but they've put tucking and binders mechanisms into kids' clothes. They don't even have anything to hide. So I don't like. It's just, I don't know, dog. They overstep some shit. That's the only reason why I won't shop at Target no more, is the fact that they try to do this shit to kids.
when we talk about Satanists, and this is why I say that leftism is Satanism. They mean the same thing, because Satanism is the worship of the self, right? Satanists don't explicitly or knowingly most of the time worship Satan, unless they're actual theological, I guess what we would call theological Satanists, which most of them aren't. Rather, they worship what Satan worships, which is the self. And that is also leftism. Leftism is the worship of the self. So
is that what Satan worships, is himself?
Leftism, any slogan, anything like that associated with leftism is satanic imagery for that reason.
I guess I was kind of dumb to think that, like, what else would Satan worship? Like, there is no one else on his side. Well, I guess no one bigger than him on his side than him. But yeah, I guess Satan would worship Satan. But does that mean God worships God? Let me know if you're a Christian. Let me know.
It's just that in this case, again, it's explicit. Now, we know that corporate America is being held hostage by ESG, the Corporate Equality Index, and all that, all these extortion methods. And that's why Bud Light jumped on the grenade. But this kind of thing, this is not just Target checking the woke box for the sake of getting their score up, right? This is, you don't have to promote literal outright Satanism for that. They're doing this because they believe it on a corporate level. This is who runs the company. This is what the company is all about. And consumers need to make a decision based on that. President Trump recently issued
an ad. He makes his ads so damn long.
You know, we talk all the time about how these, we shouldn't support companies that hate us, and that's true. And it's also true that not every company that goes woke does it necessarily because they hate us. Not that I'm defending them. Bud Light, does Bud Light hate us? Well, no. They are more afraid of the left than they are of us, and so they.
I don't know, man. I would agree with that, but they literally came out with the person that made the decision came out saying that they wanted to get away from the frat boy redneck crowd. That's what they said. Like, I don't know about hate, but that's a pretty disrespectful thing to do if you like somebody.
They thought that they could throw a bone to the left and we wouldn't do anything about it, and they thought wrong. And we are punishing them for that, thank God. So there is that motivation. But then in many cases, in fact, these are companies that actually hate us, and that's Target. They truly hate us. They really do. You don't put your pride display right at the front of the store. You walk into Target and it's right there vomiting rainbows on you as soon as you walk in. You don't do that. You don't sell merchandise from designers that make Satanist gear. You don't.
It's just such a controversial thing to where I don't see why they would even do it at all. Like, you know, you're going to divide your audience. You know, a majority of people, not a majority, at least half of the country doesn't agree with it. So that's dividing your audience. And it's like, I don't see the point of it. It'd be like putting a MAGA section in the front of the store. Like, you're going to piss people off by doing it. We just stay away from it altogether. I mean, and like, if you want to sell pride clothes, like, whatever, just put them in your section. Why make it like known that this is a pride section? Like, I don't know, dog.
Sell tucking underwear for children and whatever else, unless you absolutely despise your customers, and they do. So what are we going to do about it? Is the question. You know, I admitted with the Bud Light thing that although I support the boycott, I helped to organize it. I think it's a great thing to continue boycotting. In spite of that, I could not actually, I never personally participated in the Bud Light boycott because I can't, because I was never a Bud Light customer to begin with on account of the fact that I have functioning taste buds. So for me, it's to say that I'm boycotting is just to say that I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing all along, which is buying beer that actually tastes good. Target, on the other hand, I can boycott because, of course, as a dad, 6 kids, Target is convenient. It's relatively cheap, at least compared to other options. I go to Target too. I used to. We order our groceries from Walmart now, but I used to go to Target whenever we would go to the store and get shit because it just is. It's the same thing as Walmart, just not as trashy. But I mean, Target. Just like how Bud Light was easy for people to boycott because there's plenty of other options. Whenever it comes to beer, there's plenty of other options for grocery stores too. Well, I don't know about plenty of other options, but there's a Walmart everywhere, Like, you don't really have to drive that much further to go to a Walmart than you do to go to a Target, at least around where I live.
So I feel like people would be able to boycott Target the same way as they do Bud Light because it's not needed, you know. It's not like the store to go to. Although it does suck to not be able to go there. Well, I'm saying it like it's fucking like it's like I got a restraining order against me on it. Like, nah, I could still go there, but if I have the option to, I'm not going to.
If it's like 7:30 on a Tuesday and you realize that you need diapers or children's Tylenol or spaghetti sauce or all of those things for some reason, Target is often going to be the quickest and easiest solution, depending on where you live. And it will take some measure of actual sacrifice to cut them out of the equation. It's not a big sacrifice. It's not anything significant.
Just order groceries, man. It's like $10 a month for Walmart, and you can get anything sent to your house anytime. Like, just get it ordered to your house. I don't know why people don't do that anyways. It saves money on gas, and you don't have to waste your time to do it.
Aren't going to build monuments to commemorate the time that I needed to buy a swimsuit for my 6-year-old, and I drove past Target and went to Walmart instead. It's not exactly a hero's journey, but even so, it requires actual inconvenience.
It's not. It doesn't seem like a hero's journey because you're not doing much, but everybody doing it together and actually causing an impact on Target and showing that you can't do this shit to our kids. You can't try to indoctrinate our kids. You can't put our kids into these ideologies that they don't even need to be concerned with yet. If they want to be gay when they're older, that's fine. But onesies and toddler clothes, wearing pride stuff, like that's too much, man. That's too much. And especially whenever they put tucking and binding mechanisms in it, that's just disgusting to me. Like I said, I'm not really the one to like boycott stuff, but they targeted our kids, dog. No pun intended. They targeted our kids. They do not deserve our money. They don't like Matt said, they don't give a fuck about us. It is beyond messed up that they would even do this. Like, I don't know, man. I think even people on the left, people that are with the gays and they're so with the Pride Month and all this, I think they even have a problem with this tucking and binding stuff being in kids' clothes. It's completely unacceptable, you know? It is children, dog. And I know billionaires don't give a fuck about children. Fucking Jeffrey Epstein's proof to that. But, like, they're just dumb to even think that people wouldn't care about that.
Okay? This is the kind of boycott. Boycotting Bud Light. This is why they were a good target to begin with.
Right.
Why they made such a mistake.
Target.
It's why they were so vulnerable, because not only do they have a conservative customer base, but it doesn't require any sacrifice at all to just buy different beer.
Right.
You go to the gas station, you open up you go to the refrigerated section, you open it up, you just grab something else. That's it. But Target, you have to embrace.
Well, I don't know. It's not that easy because you got to, even though Matt doesn't like the taste of it, people do, and switching to another beer tastes different, and it's weird to do. So it is kind of a sacrifice still, but not like having to drive extra to go to somewhere.
A little bit of inconvenience. And this is the real test, is whether we can successfully execute a boycott that involves inconvenience. Because inconvenience is the great horror of modern life. We cannot endure inconvenience. That's where we draw the line. Usually we'll say, okay, I'm with you. I'm on board. And then we hear, okay, it's going to require a little bit of inconvenience. Well, never mind then. That's
fucking
crazy.
Lazy people, for real.
What do I look like?
I'm guilty too.
I can't be
We're
inconvenienced.
just lazy.
But we need to be, because Target needs to pay for this. A message must be sent. And it just like with Bud Light, it's still a boycott, but it's also, they've been branded a certain way where it's embarrassing. You know, this is why Bud Light is probably permanently screwed, because it's now embarrassing to drink
Cultural
a Bud Light.
stigma.
It should have always been embarrassing, but now it's certainly embarrassing. And it needs to be that way for Target. Like, you should be embarrassed at this point to go to Target, to be seen walking out of Target with those Target bags. It's embarrassing.
I mean, the only reason, in my opinion, the only reason why people bought Bud Light is, well, to me it was Budweiser, but I think a lot of people had the same thing with Bud Light. They had like, oh, you're drinking Bud Light, so and so drinks Bud Light. That's such a common thing to drink. It was something that had like a following because of everyone else that did it. And then once you disrespect the people that already do that by putting someone gay on it, and then them considering it a gay man's drink, which they're against, it's just gonna put a stigma on it to where people don't want to buy it anymore. So I can see why it was easier for people to boycott Bud Light, because of it was easier to do. It was drank because of that's what was culturally relevant to people. Like that's what everyone else drank. Like it was just easier to flip the script on it and make it have a bad light. Target, it's gonna be hard to compete with how bad Walmart is. Like, dog, I don't know what you could do to make Target have a bad light on it to where you're walking out with grocery bags and someone's like, oh, you're gay, oh, you support Satan. Yeah. I don't think people really care about that, like how people would when they're drinking at a party. I don't know. I think like I said, I think Bud Light was the perfect target, but making an impact on Target, a company that people just go to because it's a well-known store, people that don't even pay attention to politics, people that don't even care about anything like that, they won't have the image on it. But Bud Light, I think it was just everywhere, and it was so easy to know. And if you didn't see it and you have Bud Light, someone told you about it, I don't think people would do that with Target, but maybe I'm wrong. I hope they do, because that shit's just nasty to me, dog. Like what they did was worse than what Dylan Mulvaney did and Bud Light did, in my opinion, because they actually made clothes to transgender our babies. Like what? That is just, I can't get over that. That's disgusting as hell to me. But that's gonna be the end of that video. I hope y'all liked it. If you did, please leave a like. If you guys got anything to say about the video, let me know down below. You know I read every single comment. I would really like to know you guys' thoughts on the video, what you guys think about Target, if you guys are gonna be shopping with Target, you know, just let me know what you all think about the whole video, or just Target in general. But yeah, if you fuck with your boy, would you please give me a subscription? And with all that said, deuces.
Ever since I left your ass, you been acting different, ain't the same as when I met your ass. You was on 10 trying to flex on your last, and I was on 10 trying to flex with this bag. Now you on Instagram flexing on me. You can ask around, I bet they know me. They'll tell you I ain't never been played by a bitch, so I know they know what you saying is phony. Ever since we broke up.